All right, in this video, I'm gonna do a little studio tour and talk about this brand new series behind me, The Search for Answers. So this is the front part of my studio. Welcome, we're here in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. This is open right now because I just had a little reception the other night, so it was full of people a few nights ago. And behind me is 4 paintings, brand new, called part of a new series called The Search for Answers. What I mean by the title of this series, what I'm going for is, in life as humans, we search for answers a lot on different topics, and sometimes we find the answers, sometimes we don't. Sometimes the answers last for a couple months, a couple years, and then we need new answers. So these 4 pieces are on 4 different topics that are, for me, have been large topics, the answers I've searched for. So this one right here is called The Search for Happiness. This one right here is called The Search for Purpose, The Search for Love, and last but not least, The Search for Peace. And I noticed once I finished them and during the show last week, talking to people, that you can kind of see my experience with these 4 topics in each piece. And I'll also show you later some studies that I did and how I came about this piece. But for example, Search for Happiness. This piece out of the 4 is the most put together, and the lines are straightest and everything, like solid colors. And I definitely feel like the Search for Happiness, that's the one that I have a strongest grasp on. Feel pretty happy. Next is Search for Peace. Similar, more put together. I love the colors, the dark foundation at the bottom. That's kind of my interpretation, but everyone has their own interpretations. You know what, actually, I'm not going to tell you so much my interpretations of the compositions, because I realize it sometimes robs the viewer of coming up with their own interpretation, especially for these topics. It's really cool to see people talk about it in their own way. So Search for Purpose, this one has a lot of, I call it scars. You can see a lot of strokes, I had to paint over this a few times with different colors before I got it right. Search for Purpose for me has been such a journey of trying different things. Going to engineering school in college, working as an engineer, and then quitting that, working as a photographer, videographer, marketing, building websites, all that stuff, until here, making art. And I think we've finally nailed it. There's nothing I'd rather be doing that I've discovered so far than making art. So it's been a good 5 years so far, and counting. That's basically a college degree. Anyways, sidebar complete. And last but not least, The Search for Love. This is the wonkiest, in my opinion. The lines are the least straight, the circles are the least straight, and the search for love has also been a journey for me in the world of relationships. So that concludes this part, and now let's have a look at the studio, shall we? So this is the back half of the studio. It's currently very storage heavy because I moved everything back there so that this front area would be open for the show. This yellow piece is from the Continuum series, and I actually really love this piece. That's why it's here on display. You can see right here is another piece from the Continuum series, largest piece I've ever done. Another one from the Continuum series. And then we got some smaller ones back here from the Continuum series. And yeah, a lot of pieces. This one's a work in progress right here. And yeah, if you want to see more of my pieces, they're on my website. And then let's talk about this right here. Oh, fun fact, right here. These papers. Hold on, I'm gonna put the camera down. All right, how are we doing? We good? We good. All right, so the idea for Search for Answers just came about one morning when I was journaling, which is how I get a lot of my ideas. So that morning I actually did the sketches for the 4 compositions. So Search for Happiness, Search for Purpose, Search for Peace, and Search for Love. So I've decided that with each piece always comes a certificate of authenticity. So whoever buys each of these 4 pieces, they'll get the sketch. This is the original little sketch that I did the morning I had the idea to make this. So this will be part of the purchase. And then here, on a lot of times with big pieces, I'd like to do studies. So they're smaller pieces to kind of test out the composition. So this is the study that I did for this series with oil sticks, which I also used on the big ones. And I love this. I'm thinking of either including this with whoever buys the first of the 4 will get this as a gift, or I might just sell this separately, or I might keep it because honestly I really like it. Now that I'm holding it here, I kind of want to keep it. We'll see. What else? While we're at it, I found these in somewhere in a box. These were also studies that I did a couple years ago in my old studio in Miami. They're oil paint on this beautiful thick paper with deckled edges. So these are gonna be released into the wild pretty soon too. So if you like them, stay tuned, or just send me a message on Instagram or email me, and you can get those. And I think that's it. So stick around. Today is February 6th, Thursday. I'm working on a lot of new things, getting some prints available for collection, so at different price points, updating the shop on my website. What else? Doing some videos, got some new paintings coming as well. So if you like this, subscribe to my YouTube, go to my website, sign up to my email list. I send all updates to my email list first before social media. And what else? If you have any questions, or if you like this video and have other types of videos you want to see, let me know in the comments. And until then, now I'm rambling. So goodbye.